Bob sat at the restaurant table, his excitement palpable. Tonight was his first date with Windey, a night he'd meticulously planned. This was going to be special, but when Windey arrived, her eyes were glued to her phone. She sat down, fingers still scrolling, barely acknowledging Bob. He offered his brightest smile and a compliment, but she barely looked up, returning immediately to her screen. A knot formed in Bob's stomach, but he dismissed it as first date jitters. As appetizers arrived, Bob tried to engage her, but Windey was more focused on capturing the perfect food photo. She snapped selfie after selfie, completely absorbed in crafting her social media post. "This lighting is terrible," she mumbled, not to Bob but to her phone. Bob watched, his excitement slowly deflating. A voice whispered that something wasn't right. Then Windey's phone rang. Without a word, without an apologetic glance, she answered it. Her voice became animated, full of laughter and energy, more emotion than she'd shown Bob all evening. She stood up and walked away, leaving Bob alone at their table for 15 minutes. He sat there, fork in hand, observing other couples connecting, making eye contact. The contrast was painful. Bob felt invisible, like he was dining alone, despite having a date. When Windey finally returned, she offered no explanation, no apology. She simply slid back into her seat and picked up her phone again. "Sorry about that," she said without looking up. "Where were we?" But they hadn't been anywhere. They hadn't had a conversation at all. Bob, still hoping, made excuses for her behavior, ignoring what his gut was screaming. Later that night, alone, Bob stared at his phone. Windey's text read, "Thanks for dinner." No warmth, no enthusiasm, no mention of seeing him again. Just a cold acknowledgement. He thought about the evening, how small and disrespected he'd felt. The red flags hadn't been subtle, they'd been waving right in front of his face. Windey had shown him that her phone, her social media, random calls, everything was more important than him. Bob's finger hovered over her contact. Part of him wanted to text her, to give her another chance. But he knew better now. This wasn't about a bad day, this was about respect. And Windey had shown him he wouldn't get any. With a deep breath, Bob deleted her contact. It hurt, but it was the right kind of hurt. The kind that comes from choosing yourself, from recognizing your worth, from refusing crumbs when you deserve the whole meal. Red flags aren't accidents, they're warnings. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Walking away from disrespect early saves you from years of pain later. Your time, your attention, your heart, these things have value. Don't give them to someone who treats them like they're worthless. You deserve someone who puts their phone down, who is present, who makes you feel seen and valued. Don't settle for less than that, ever.